Hi, my name's Ashley Black. I go to Arizona State University, and this is what I represent. Go Devils! Woo! Hi, I'm Ashley Black, and I go to Arizona State University.
How would it feel to be leaving home and competing on the show if you're selected to participate?
Well, to leave this beautiful place I call home, which is Tempe, Arizona, would definitely be different for me because I haven't done that much traveling, but I would absolutely love the opportunity to go wherever they may take me and go ahead and do my best.
Tell us about your relationship with your family and significant others.
My relationship with my family is really great now. There's always been struggles, of course, just like any other family has. There's obstacles that you have to overcome, but my family is the reason I am who I am today. And I have a great relationship with my sister. She's my best friend in the entire world. My brother passed away about a year and a half ago, which was probably the most difficult challenge that I've come across. And I definitely learned a lot from him. I've grown as a person, and I've had to overcome that obstacle in my life. But my family and I have definitely become closer as the years have gone. What is your name and relationship to the potential contestant?
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm Ashley's older sister.
How does it feel to have your sister trying out for this show?
Very excited for her. I know modeling has a lot to do with her, and she is looking for this opportunity, so I really hope it works out for her, and I wish her the best of luck.
Would you miss your sister while she was away? Why?
Yeah, absolutely. We see each other at least once a week, if not twice, usually at family dinner. She's really busy with school, and obviously I'm busy with work too, but we definitely always make time for each other, so I'll be sad when I don't get to see her.
Tell us about your relationship with your sister. Are you close?
Yeah, very close. We're 6 years apart, but we're like best friends, and ever since our brother passed away 2 years ago, I think that brought our friendship and bond a lot closer too. So.
What was your sister like as a child?
Ashley was always a people pleaser, and she would pretty much do anything and everything I asked her to do, and I think I took advantage of the fact that I was the older sister, and she'd just follow me around, and as we got older and I left for college, then that, stopped, and now she does her own thing, but I still wish she would, follow me and do everything I do too.
What did you think when she told you she was trying out for the show?
Well, first of all, I couldn't get a word in because she was talking a million miles an hour, so initially I was really excited. I still am really excited and jealous that she gets to do something like this because I probably wouldn't be able to because I'd be too nervous, but she's really brave, and so I'm happy for her.
Did you ever dream your sister would be a famous singer or dancer? Are you excited, and why?
No, not a singer or dancer. Can't really picture her doing that, but I definitely see her being famous. Our parents always encouraged us to do whatever we wanted to do when we were older, but for some reason my dad always wanted one of us to be a broadcaster or on TV, and just always put that in our heads. I could never do that because I'd be too afraid, but I think she could, so I could see her definitely being on TV, yes.
Do you think she could win it all, and why?
Yes, I definitely think so. Our family is very competitive, and we've all played lots of sports growing up and been in lots of competitive situations. For example, my 86-year-old grandpa is so cute. He rewards all his kids and grandkids with a trophy that he personally goes to the place, gets it engraved with the person's name and their accomplishment. For example, my mom hiked the Grand Canyon recently, and it was 21 miles, so the next family dinner he brought her a trophy that had her name and Grand Canyon, 21 miles, and the date she accomplished it, and he was just so proud to give it to her. And so our family is very competitive, and the fact that we still give each other trophies, apparently.
This is my granddaughter Ashley, one of my 20 grandkids, and I'm 86 years old. celebrating with her for Easter.
Do you think your sister would change? Is that a good or bad thing?
I don't think she would change, and I don't really want her to. So, no, but I know she'd definitely grow and get great experience, and she's so mature as it is, but I think that it would be very beneficial to her and, you know, her experience, and she'd get a lot from it.
What are your biggest fears for your sister's future and why?
My only fear is probably her leaving me and becoming famous and moving away. I definitely have total separation anxiety, and I need her in my life, but obviously if she had to move, that would be her own deal, and she'd just have to visit me every month probably.
Who do you think she takes after the most in the family?
It's a tough question. I don't think she really takes after anyone in particular. I think she has a mixed personality between both my parents and my grandparents. I think she has her own unique personality. I don't really picture anyone in particular.
Tell us a story that describes the potential contestant.
A true story, I have a funny one. Senior year of prom, she came to family dinner and said, she made an announcement and let us all know that she didn't have a date for prom, and she felt like she was the only one in school that didn't have a date, and she was laughing, and all of us kind of look at each other like, why are you laughing? And she thought it was just so funny, and she's like, no one wants to take me to prom, I don't know what's wrong with me and everything, and we couldn't really believe our ears, but she definitely got to the very end and almost didn't have a date for prom, but she got one, and it was her friend, and so she had a good time. But it was just funny because my poor grandma, she gave her a heart attack basically, and my grandma, I think, didn't handle it the most, and my grandma was like, I am gonna arrange anything for you to do, like you have to have a date for prom, I'm so sad, and she like broke her little heart. But once she told her she found a date, she was a lot better, but it was pretty funny.
Do you have anything else to add?
One thing about my sister is she definitely takes criticism well. You know, I always pick on her, and my older brother used to always pick on her too. She has one of her ears that sticks out bigger than the other ear, and so whenever it like pokes out from her hair or in a photo or anything, I'm always like, geez, Ashley, put that ear away, and then she just laughs, and so she knows I'm just, you know, making fun of her, but she definitely is a good sport about it, and you know, she's modeled before, so I think she takes criticism well, and so yeah. But anyways, if you can give her a hard time about her ears, she'll probably laugh.
Tell us about your hopes and dreams.
My biggest hope and dream is to succeed in whatever I do. I've always been a really competitive person, and I've always expected the very best out of myself. I've set the bar really high. That's something that my parents have definitely taught me, and my dream is to follow exactly what God's given me and the path I'm supposed to follow, and I want to make it on this show, and I'm going to be America's Next Top Model.
Tell us about your childhood.
My childhood was different than most because at the one side I was really blessed with a roof over my shoulders and sister and brother and my parents. I was always playing basketball. I absolutely loved playing basketball. I was really competitive. I also did some modeling as a child too, so everything I loved to do I was doing, so I was extremely blessed in that sense. On the other side though, I did go through some struggles just like everyone. My parents completely fought my entire life. They were separated about 5 times. I had to deal with the fighting constantly and the screaming at each other, which wasn't the easiest to grow up with. My brother was a drug addict. That was also another really difficult thing. But I like to try to look at the positives in every situation, and for me, in my opinion, I had the best childhood I could have because I made the best out of it.
Tell us why you want to be on the show.
I don't just want to be on this show, I need to be on this show. I have done so much in my life that has brought me to this point here, and I know that I have what it takes. I think that, you know, there are a lot of beautiful girls out there, but there has to be a personality to do a beautiful face. And I know I have that personality, and I can bring out a great audience at that show. I go to ASU, one of the biggest party schools in America, but yet I'm not that typical party school girl, and I want to incorporate that in that show. And I want this more than anything. I am someone who's super determined, and I've gotten myself to this point, and I'm not going to let myself not take to this in full advantage and get myself where I want to go.
Tell us about your job and special skills or awards.
Currently, I am a receptionist at Elements Therapeutic Massage, and sometimes it gets a little tough, you know, balancing between work and school, but I make sure I get it done at the end of the day. And I would say one of my biggest accomplishments was this first semester, my freshman year at ASU. It was a huge, you know, adaptation and totally different environment than high school. And I was able to pull off a 3.7 GPA, so I was really proud of that. And another special skill I would have is that I'm totally a people person. I have a great relationship with my friends, my family, and I also have been a part of Best Buddies Club for the past few years, where I assist mentally challenged kids, and my best buddy Alex and I are still very close, and I make sure that I see him on a regular basis. Well, of course, my family and friends are so important to me, but one person that stands out definitely is my basketball coach, Mike O'Gwen. He coached me for 2 years in competitive basketball, and he completely impacted my life in a way that probably no one else has. He not only taught me about the basketball game, but he taught me about life, and he made sure I never gave up, and he gave me so many qualities that I have today, such as being aggressive, getting what I want, going with my dream, following my dream, and I couldn't be more thankful for him.
Oh. My girl Ash. I've had the pleasure of knowing Ashley now since she was 14 years old and watched her become a beautiful young woman. I've seen this girl fight through all kinds of adversity, and with the heart she has and the desire she has, it's just no stopping her. You know, one of the best memories I have of Ashley is a basketball tournament out in Nebraska, where, you know, I think some girls really thought they were going to get over on her and push her around, because she was kind of the thin one, you know, very pretty, and didn't look like she was quite the basketball player. And when I saw her attitude come out and saw the way she stood up for herself, it let me know that she had a lot of heart, she had a lot of passion for anything that she tries to do. I've also watched her grow as a young woman in the sense of she just matured and you know, taking on all the challenges she's been faced with, losing her brother, you know, family issues, and none of those things have held her back. And I really think she deserves the opportunity to be America's Next Top Model, just because she's going to work her butt off, and she's not going to stop until she succeeds. Beauty's already there. She has strong passion, very, very good personality, and she's smart. So hopefully this video will help her be selected to America's Next Top Model.
Let's see if she still got it.
Another really important person in my life is my brother that I've mentioned, and you know, he had a really big struggle throughout his life, struggling with drugs, and the last 5 years he was sober, and I was able to really form such a connection with him. He does have a daughter named Sion, and she's kind of my little piece of him since he has passed away, and I always promised my big brother that I would follow my dreams, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Good morning, it is Thursday morning, and I'm about to head to school and catch the Orbit, which is the free shuttle transportation that I take to and from class. And today is first going to be Sociology 315, and then I have a break, and then I'll go off to Geology, and then I have Spanish, and then I work this afternoon later. So that will be my full day for Thursday. This, believe it or not, is probably my favorite place on campus because this is where I get all of my studying done, and it's probably one of the coolest libraries that you can come across. You've got to go down all these steps, and basically this is the outside. Just really relaxing atmosphere, and I can come here, kind of collect my thoughts, or go inside and continue my sitting on in there. And here is the Memorial Union, where it has anything you would like to eat, and it's one of my favorite places because I love food. And there's lots of people, as you can see. This is where I come to get my fitness on at the Student Rec Center. Fear the Fork, gotta show that Sun Devil pride. And it's my favorite part of the campus because I'm always coming in here to work out and meet my friends. Joe, hi Joe, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, can I ask you a few questions while I have you on camera?
Sure.
Where are you off to looking so nice?
Well, I have an accounting test and then I'm going to a fraternity business meeting.
Very nice. And what is that fraternity that you're with?
Oh, Delta Lambda Phi.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, it's a social fraternity for progressive men, focusing on gay issues.
Very nice. I know that we've talked a little bit about that before, and I've always been interested to hear more about it. I know that you are kind of on the leadership role in the fraternity, am I correct?
Yes, I'm vice president.
Very nice. So let me just ask you a few questions. This is Joe, my really good friend, and Joe, why do you think that I should be on this show?
Well, you've helped a lot out with our fraternity, and I know you're very supportive of Adrian and my relationship. He's my boyfriend. And I think you'd be a great addition because you are very supportive of other communities and you kind of step outside of your own box.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And how do you think that, what character do you think that I would be on the show? Do you think that I'm shy, or do you think that I'm someone who could be outgoing and very outspoken? What do you think that I could bring to this show?
I think you'd be very outgoing. You put yourself out there and you're not afraid to do something new, trying new things. Like, that's what I think you'd be great at.
Thank you so much, Joe. Well, good luck on your test.
Thank you.
So, you need to pick Ashley because she's extremely motivated, and she is not just a beautiful young woman or lady, but she's also very intellectual and smart. She has this enthusiasm and just this very caring and selfless girl, and I just love everything about Ashley. She's my best friend, and I love her, and she's amazing.
Hello, what is your name and relationship to the potential contestant?
My name is Linda Black, and I am Ashley Black's mother.
Hi, my name is Rick Black, and I am Ashley Black's father.
How does it feel to have your daughter trying out for this show?
Having Ashley try out for this show is very exciting. It makes me feel giddy, and I'm just so proud of her for her accomplishments to finally come to mean something to her. She's worked hard and has just tried to achieve all that she could in her young life.
This is a terrific opportunity for Ashley to be on the show because it should provide her with a lot of experience.
Would you miss your daughter while she was away, and why?
I would miss Ashley so much while she's away. I would miss her texting me out of the blue and calling me up to find out if I'm okay, and if there's even a dull moment in our life, she calls to make sure that I'm fine and taking care of her grandpa, and it's just always knowing that she's available and around.
I will miss my daughter if she's away because we do a lot of things together, especially during the summer when we go to the mountains, we go to the lake, and we all have fun together, and I really enjoy her company.
Tell us about your relationship with your daughter. Are you close?
My relationship with Ashley is wonderful. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Mm-hmm. We've had a really rough last year and a half, and having Ashley beside me and going through the things that we've gone through has been a big help to me. She's strong and she's energetic and she loves to be there and to accomplish things. So it's been great. I would miss her.
My relationship with my daughter is extremely close. We talk all the time about life and school, and we're just a very tight-knit family, and I've always enjoyed my closeness with my daughter.
So tell us about your daughter when she was a child.
My daughter as a child was always very competitive. I remember when she was 4 years old and her older sister was on the swimming team competing against other girls, and she came up screaming that it was her chance to compete as well. So I went to the coach and I asked him, is it possible for Ashley to swim competitively as a 4-year-old against the 5 and 6-year-olds? And he said yes, and she was so excited. She won some ribbons, and from there on it's been competition to the most extreme.
My daughter as a child was very compassionate, very loyal, very competitive, and was a social butterfly.
Describe what you thought when your daughter told you she was trying out for this show.
I was so excited when Ashley told me she was trying out for this show. She has been an achiever all her life, and she's, as I said before, competitive. And when this opportunity came up, I could just see the excitement in her as well as in the family. We all have known that she was going to do something bigger and greater in her life.
When Ashley told me she was trying out for the show, of course I was very excited that she'd have the opportunity to meet Tyra Banks.
Did you ever dream your daughter would be a famous singer or dancer? Are you excited, and why?
I always knew that my daughter would be a famous something. I don't know if it was singer or dancer, but I knew that she would be famous at whatever she did. I'm very excited. I think that she'll do well in this competition, and she's going to finally see her dreams come through. And yes, I've always known that Ashley was going to be a star in some way.
I've always thought Ashley would be well known once she got in the journalism and broadcasting business. She's always been very good in front of a camera, very confident, and I've always known that she'll do.
Do you think that Ashley could win it all, and why?
I truly believe that Ashley can win the entire competition. She has so much that she can give and achieve. The responsibilities that it would take upon somebody to actually win the whole thing is great. Ashley is always constantly achieving those things that she truly feels as a challenge. So she has the stamina, personality, and the experience to achieve that.
I think Ashley could win it all because she's smart, she's confident, and she's pretty.
Do you think that your daughter would change? Is that good or bad?
I do believe that Ashley will change. I believe that that's a good thing. She's already got such a great personality. Achieving this large, enormous opportunity is going to just enhance her personality that much more, which is going to make her future even a brighter future.
Yes, I think Ashley will change. This should be a positive experience for her. It gives her an opportunity to get out of Arizona, meet new people, meet the models, meet the folks that will be interviewing her. So it'll be a positive change for her, for sure.
What is your biggest fear for your daughter's future, and why?
My biggest fear for my daughter's future is that she achieves what she's trying to achieve in life. Her biggest thing is she puts everything that she can into what she's going after. If there is a challenge out there, she's out there to meet the challenge. If it takes her all day to achieve something, she will put everything into it. So my only concern is that she gives so much of her energy and feeling that that would be my biggest concern.
My biggest worry for Ashley is that she will find success real early and move away, and we won't see her as often.
Who do you think she takes after the most in the family, and why?
Ashley takes after her mother. I think that she takes after me because she's a hard worker, just like I am. She's an achiever. She's a goal setter. She has high standards, which is exactly how I am. If I have 5 minutes in a day, I try to fill it with something useful. I constantly am trying to provide for other people, and yet on the other hand, I'm also trying to meet my challenges and stand out from other people. So competitively, we're both exactly the same in that area.
Ashley takes after her mother the most because they both put way too much on their plate each and every day.
Tell us a real story that best describes the potential contestant.
A real story that describes Ashley would be in 7th grade when she came home and announced to the family that she had joined a club and she was going to be taking care of mentally challenged children in 7th and 8th grade as well as in high school. And I was very proud of her. I thought that the responsibility that she had was enormous, but she took it very seriously. Her mentally challenged friends love and adore her. I can remember being in the office in high school and some of the mentally challenged mothers would come up to me and tell me how much they adored Ashley because she gave her soul to these children. She's graduated since then and she's now in college and still stays in touch with the mentally challenged children that she's grown up with, and they still adore her and text her every day, and she's always there for them.
A story that best describes Ashley has to be my experience coaching her in basketball, where she was always a leader on the team and always anxious to help me coach the girls.
And do you have anything else to add?
I would also add that Ashley is, I think that this is a great opportunity for her. She has achieved so much in her young life. She has done a lot of things. She's been through a lot with the family. And I think that this is an enormous responsibility and challenge for her. If she can meet and exceed these challenges, I think that her goals for her life will be set for the rest of her life. And I think that her hard work and experience will validate everything that I'm saying.
The last thing I would like to add about Ashley is how well she does in public speaking. She's had a lot of opportunities to do that, and her family's always been amazed on how confident she is in public speaking.
This is my really good friend Anthony. I met this year at Gateway Apartments where we live. He's from California. I'm going to ask him a few questions. Anthony, when you first think of the location, Scottsdale, where I'm from, what's the first few words that pop into your mind?
Well, Scottsdale is a really known place around Arizona, so the first thing I think of is just like rich, spoiled, or bratty people. That's a general thing I learned from. I'm from California, so that's why I got the overall look from Scottsdale.
Okay. And once you got to know me better, then what did you learn about me as a person, even though I'm from Scottsdale?
Well, I first met Ashley at the beginning of the year, so we're going through the whole process of talking to her, meet her. I just realized she's a really nice person, responsible, she has everything going for her, so I think for her, she has a good outlook for the rest of her life.
Thank you.
Ashley has been one of my best friends for almost 6 years now, and she has been such an amazing friend through everything, from the little things like helping me write papers for school, even to the big things like helping me through tough times in life. And she's one of the most driven people ever. She's always trying to follow her dreams, and I guarantee she's going to get to them extremely soon. She's always looking forward, and she's extremely positive and beautiful inside and out, and I love her so much.